So what we're looking at today here in Sports and Entertainment Management is now we're going to take a look at ticket pricing, which is the main product of sports and entertainment. The first thing we're going to take a look at is pricing seats, and you got to understand that this is a tricky process because keep in mind the number of seats in your stadium is fixed. That's how many seats there are, and that's all you can sell. You can't just make additional seats unless you upgrade the stadium, but that's generally pretty costly. So whatever you have in that stadium, that's your product. That's what you got. If you got an 80,000 seat stadium, that's the maximum amount you can sell. And then also there's no what that means is there's no marginal cost to selling additional seats. It can't be done. The next thing to talk about here is that's where this business conflict comes into play. Every sports establishment and every entertainment establishment would rather sell a seat for $1 than leave it completely empty. However, if all of the seats only went for $1, there would never be any money made within the industry because it's just too cheap. You have to sell them for more, but you have to find that price that people are willing to pay, and you're going to still sell out your stadium. So that's where yield management pricing comes into play, where you have to sell different seats at different values, where maybe if on the 50-yard line of your stadium, you sell it for a little more, or maybe the front row to a play that might be going on, you're going to sell that for a little bit more, whereas maybe the back row of that same play you might sell for a little less. That way people can have a general range of price that they're willing to pay for depending on where they want to sit within the particular event. So that means that levels are set to yield. And the way to find that is the number of tickets times the average price per ticket. And then that's when we get into yield management pricing. And this whole concept is used whenever the quantity of a product is fixed. So that's what you got. So like stadium seats or auditorium seats, they're fixed. That's all you got. There's no marginal cost providing an additional unit. And some of the examples are sports tickets, airline seats, hotel rooms, concerts. It's just what you have. And that's a concept that many different places have to fight with and understand in order to get the most out of their particular unit. So with this this virtual business sports section, what we're going to do is we're going to go to find a lesson, and we're going to use ticket pricing. So with ticket pricing, you're going to go in, and the general objective of this entire thing is for you to understand what the different levels of pricing and what they do for the particular arena. So what you're going to do is you're going to open the ticket pricing lesson, and then you're going to use ticket prices under the actions menu. So if you take a look over here on the right hand side, it'll always give you tips on how to do this. You're going to set all the ticket prices to $35, and then you're going to run the simulation for one full game. And then you're going to check the financials and record your profit for the game on the worksheet below. So you'll be recording it in here for these different ticket prices, and you'll go through 6 tries of different ticket levels. The first 3 tries are already dictated for you. You got to start off with $35, then $10, and then $75. And then do the 4th, 5th, and 6th try, and then find out what your profit is. Then answer these 2 questions below, where what happens when you lower your prices, what happened to attendance and profit, and then also is pricing all tickets the same level a good strategy for a football franchise, yes or no? Also be aware of these definitions on the right-hand side with price, revenue, demand, and yield management pricing. Those are very important to understand. And then also the number to beat here for a challenge for you is you got a profit greater than $350,000 for the first home game of the season. So good luck with that. So in order to do that, you'll go to Actions and then Ticket Prices, and then you'll set the ticket prices, all of them to $35. As you can see down there, it has all the different, on your worksheet, it's got all the different levels that you set it to, and then you can try to figure out from there exactly what your profit is going to end up being. So then you'll hit OK, and then you'll run the simulation for one game. Go ahead and go and see what happens after that first game. So that's it for this. Make sure you check out, hopefully you'll be able to do this. If you got any questions, let me know. But that's it for ticket pricing.